In many families, it is the son's duty to carry the legacy, to wear the crown, whether he wants it or not. That was the case with Chuka. Last time, she gave her last meal to a man everyone mocked. He never begged, never asked. He just waited. And she gave, even when she had nothing left. The next morning, her tray sat empty. Not because she didn't show up, but because something else was waiting. A sleek black car, gleaming like midnight, pulled beside her usual spot. A man stepped out. Black shades, no words, just a note.
Come with me. He didn't forget.
Before Mushin even yawned, thunder had already arrived in the form of a black SUV. No Danfo horns, no Fuji music, just power, silent and sharp. Inside that vehicle was Ikenna, a former soldier. Now, the Eze family's iron hand, black kaftan, unblinking stare, still as stone. He stepped out. Steam rose from the potholes, like secrets waking up. The market froze. Even the flies paused. Bread sellers stopped mid-shout. A boy dropped his rubber sandals. And somewhere in the quiet, someone whispered,
"Auntie, that man! No, they smile. He they find somebody."
Ikenna walked like thunder, with legs, every step measured, deadly. When he reached the faded barbos mat, Chuka was gone. All that remained, a charcoal smudge and a crumpled 200 naira note. He turned to the Akara seller.
The boy, where they draw here. You see him?
The woman glanced once, nervous, then pointed.
No, but she, they.
She?
The rice girl.
Across the road, beneath a leaking zinc roof, stood Ifunanya. Flower dust clung softly to her cheek. Her eyes locked on him, unblinking. In her hand, a steaming bowl of stew. And then the world paused. Later that day, beneath a giant mango tree, Chuka and Ifunanya shared roasted plantain. She laughed, he smiled. Then, the black SUV returned. Slow, heavy, like judgment in motion. Ikenna stepped out, 6'2", beard sharp, silence louder than his presence.
Sir.
The word hit like lightning. Ifunanya turned, sharp, confused.
Wait, you Sabiam?
Ikenna didn't flinch.
Your grandfather. They vex. You know fit hide forever.
Silence, the word sir, hovered between them like a ghost. Her hand tightened on the tray, her breath caught.
Sir?
She turned to Chuka. The truth in his eyes had nowhere left to hide. That night, Lagos wept. Rain battered rooftops. Thunder chased its own tail. In a tiny one-room home, a candle flickered inside a Fanta bottle. Shadows danced on peeling walls. Chuka stood in the doorway, soaked to the bone.
I'm not who you think I am.
Ifunanya stood firm, arms crossed, eyes locked. Her siblings slept behind her, but the real storm was standing right there.
Start talking.
My name is Chuka Obina Eze. My grandfather is Chief Osita Eze. Eze Heir. Eze Bank. Eze Holdings.
The names hung in the air like betrayal.
I was tired of fake love, of people loving my pocket. Not me. I just wanted something real. I wanted you.
So, you lied every single day.
I didn't mean to.
No, you didn't trust me.
Her chin rose, like a queen delivering judgment.
I fed you, told you my truth, let you into my world. Was it all just a performance? Was I just your poverty experiment?
No, you are everything.
Silence, then soft, cold, final.
You should leave.
He did, and behind him, the door closed like thunder. Mushin didn't need Wi-Fi. Gossip flew faster than thunder. An, you know here, Chuka the artist, billionaire picking. Ha, that rice girl done hammer Abi she used jazz. The market turned on Ifunanya, like dry leaves spinning in Harmattan wind. Eyes that once smiled, now whispered. Fingers that used to help, now pointed. Glances. They sliced sharper than kitchen knives. See, money don't bleach her skin. She dey form humble all this while. Now so them they do. Pretend poor, catch rich man. Even Mama Ngozi, the woman who once fought off street boys for her, now called her aside. Arms folded, face unreadable. Mama Ngozi didn't shout. She didn't smile. Her voice came low, slow, like a warning wrapped in care.
Ifunanya, I'll talk true. That fine boy, he be billionaire?
Ifunanya's throat tightened. Her lips cracked under heat and shame.
I didn't know. I know now, but I swear, I know.
Mama Ngozi shook her head. No anger, just disappointment, seasoned with survival.
This world no dey favor honest girl. You better decide now.
Apollos.
You want truth or survival?
Later that afternoon, Ifunanya walked back to her stall. The street parted around her, like oil rejecting water. No greetings, no smiles, only mutters. She know they sell rice again. She they sell dream. She placed her tray down. Her hands trembled, but her spine unshaken. Under the boiling Lagos sun, Ifunanya stood alone, and she did not cry. Because when a woman chooses dignity over denial, she stops being a victim and becomes legend. In Victoria Island, the iron gates groaned open, revealing a world too polished for peace. White marble floors whispered of old money. Gold chandeliers dripped silence. Crystal bowls, imported air. But Chuka, he walked through it like a ghost in his own story. At the heart of the mansion sat Chief Osita Eze, hands steepled, face carved from granite, a king disappointed in his heir.
You've embarrassed this family.
I didn't do it for the family.
His voice, once soft, was now still.
I did it for myself.
The chief's eyes sharpened.
And what did that give you? Shame, market gossip, scandal headlines?
No, it gave me the truth.
A long pause. Then, from the lips of a man who built an empire with thunder and silence.
Do you love her?
Chuka didn't blink.
With everything.
For a heartbeat. The storm in Osita's eyes paused. A crack in the armor. A softness just for a second.
Then go and fight. Ezes don't beg, but we fight for what matters.
That night, Chuka walked the ancestral corridor. Portraits lined the golden walls. Powerful men, elegant women, all watching, judging, remembering. He stopped before his father's image, a heavy silence.
I found her, Dad, and I almost lost her.
Later, in his room, he peeled off the market dust, washed off survival, shaved, breathed. Then he emerged, a man, in a navy blue kaftan, embroidery, like quiet thunder. Eyes clear, chin high, Chuka Obina Eze was back. But this time, he wasn't wearing wealth, he was carrying truth. Saturday arrived, like prophecy. By noon, Mushin held its breath. The smell of akara paused mid-fry. Even the sun tilted, curious. Then, a white Rolls-Royce Phantom sliced through the potholes of Mushin, gliding like it belonged to another world. Children screamed.
Omo, na film be this all. Who they shoot? Camera day?
Vendors froze mid-sail. Preachers paused mid-prayer. Drivers shut off engines. And then the door opened and out stepped Chuka Obina Eze. But this wasn't the barefoot artist who once swapped smiles for rice. No, this was a prince in polished shoes, carrying guilt in his silence. He looked for her, but Ifunanya wasn't there. No proposal, no moment, just a market unsure whether to cheer or watch. He left, but Mushin remembered. He didn't come with guts, he didn't come with noise, but when Chuka Obina Eze came back to Mushin, this time, he didn't come to be seen. He came to be chosen. He wore white agbada, woven with silver like lightning trapped in fabric. His sunglasses blazing. Behind him, 4 black SUVs. Not security, a statement. But still, he walked alone. Every step retraced a memory. The plantain stand, where she made him laugh. The gutter, where he dropped his last 100 naira. The sketch mat. Now dust and whispers. Then he saw her, Ifunanya, still in her apron, still proud, still strong. Her eyes, a storm that had unpassed. He stopped in front of her, and the whole market leaned in. Then, with the voice of a man no longer pretending,
You gave me food when I had nothing. Now I have everything, but I only want one thing. You.
Gasps. A basket fell. A child whispered,
Oh,
but Ifunanya didn't melt. Her lips didn't tremble. Only her eyes glimmered, still sharp, still honest.
You lied to me.
Yes, but I'm done lying.
The world paused. Even the breeze froze.
I'm still angry.
Good. That means you still care.
2 days later, a black SUV pulled up in front of her house like a royal coronation. No music, no noise, just an envelope, gold sealed, heavy, like prophecy. Miss Ifunanya Nwokoye, you are cordially invited to dinner at Eze Mansion. Dress formal. Her siblings screamed. Mama Ngozi crossed herself twice. That evening, Ifunanya stepped out, not in gold, not in pearls, but in a simple cream gown hand-stitched by Mama Ngozi. No makeup, just skin kissed by hardship and defiance. She didn't look like money. She looked like a crown, crafted from scars. The mansion glowed like old royalty. Chandeliers hung like frozen lightning. Mahogany walls threatened to swallow the room whole. 3 chairs, 1 table, no food. At the head, Chief Osita Eze, cane by his side, expression unreadable. Chuka stood. No sunglasses, no barrier, just truth. Ifunanya entered, escorted by silent maids.
Sit.
No one ate, no one drank. Only a question was served.
Would you still love my grandson if tomorrow he had nothing?
Silence. The air thickened. Ifunanya turned, first to Chuka, then to the chief, and with a voice wrapped in fire and faith.
I already did.
Even the chandeliers paused. In the kitchen, a tray clattered. Chief Osita leaned back and smiled. God, whispering,
She be real. That one know they play.
Lagos never sleeps, and peace in Nigeria, it vanishes. Like a Hamatan mist. 2 days later, bang! Social media exploded. Headline, echo, dramatic. Billionaire heir to wed street girl, secret baby mama emerges. Photos, a woman, a toddler, a chat screenshot. My secret queen, our time will come. At the Lekki Charity Gala, Chuka's phone buzzed non-stop. Text readouts with slight pause between each. Text 1, bro, is that your child? Text 2, did you lie again? Text 3, hashtag used and dumped girl is trending. Meanwhile, Ifunanya stood at the Eze mansion gate. No SUV, no invite, just fire in her blood. She didn't knock, she didn't wait, she stormed in.
Chuka!
He turned just as she hurled the photos at his chest.
Who is she? Answer me.
I don't know her.
Then why is your face in her gallery, in those chats?
It's fake. Someone set this up.
You said you were done lying. You promised me truth, and now again?
Her voice cracked like thunder, and trust shattered. That night, Lagos wept. Rain beat rooftops. Lightning danced. In the Eze study, 2 men sat in silence.
I want names.
We want truth.
Then, from the shadows,
I'll bring it, or I won't come back.
2 nights, 3 bribes, and 1 whisper from a street boy behind Balogun Market. That's all Ikenna needed. By morning, he returned with more than rumors. He brought evidence. Footage played, a woman, a hard drive, cash exchanged. Behind her, Amarachi, Chuka's ex. Let her feel pain. Let her pay for stealing what was mine.
She didn't want revenge. She wanted Ifunanya destroyed.
Morning, a camera crew, a national journalist, and Chuka standing live.
The story is false. The baby, not mine, but the woman who fed me. When I was invisible, I love her, to the world, to her, always.
He didn't need her to be there, because this wasn't for her ears. It was for the world.
I choose her, every day, every time.
His words echoed across the country, clipped, reposted, stitched into stories. By noon, Mushin had seen it too. Crowds shouting.
Omo, he proposed life. True love still day. Now our own fairy tale be this.
Then came the drums. Not just sound, celebration. Red wrappers twirled like flames. Dancers spun with ancestral joy. The market transformed into memory. waiting. And then he came. Chuka, in white isiagu, coral beads like crown jewels, 4 black SUVs behind him, not for protection, but to remind the world who he had become. He walked the length of Mushin, slow, sure, until he reached her. She stood still. The crowd disappeared. Only 2 hearts remained.
Ifunanya, you fed me when I was broke. You loved me before my name mattered. Will you marry me?
She didn't speak, but her tears thundered louder than any yes. The city shook with celebration, but their vows still unspoken. The wedding was announced for the following month, invitations printed, plans in motion, but not everyone wished them joy. The night before the wedding, Chief Osita summoned Chuka.
Think carefully, my son. You marry her. You break with tradition. The board is watching. Marry one of our own, or risk it all.
I've made my choice. I won't trade love for legacy.
But outside those golden walls, a storm had already begun to brew. Just days before their union, the rumors struck like lightning. Our eye-generated tapes, a fake baby, Ifunanya's name dragged through mud. The Eze family hesitated. Sponsors pulled out. Chief Osita paused the wedding. And so, she walked away. Not to escape the shame, but to protect the man she loved. Weeks passed. Then came the video. Ifunanya's truth. Raw, real, unfiltered. The world listened, believed, shifted. And on a quiet morning, she stood under the mango tree. No veil, no bouquet, just faith that he would choose her again. And he did.
Let's start again. No cameras, no empire. Just us.
Thank you for watching and joining us on this incredible journey. Be sure to explore more of our stories on the channel or click on the next video YouTube recommends. If this story touched your heart, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more captivating African tales. Don't forget to tap the notification bell to stay connected to the wisdom and beauty of these stories. Until next time, stay blessed and keep shining.
You the vibe.